To say this is a creepy episode of the Twilight Zone would be an understatement. For some reason, and a lot of people did not know this until Twilight Zone was in syndication because first run, this was only experiment to save money. 6 of the episode were put on videotape. Now, when I say videotape, kind of a Playhouse 90 kind of live version. And this episode is about as close to live you can get for a Twilight Zone or like a soap opera episode. It's called The Lateness of the Hour. Now, what's kind of ironic here, one of the strongest young actresses of early Twilight Zone was Inger Stevens, who was the lead actress in The Hitchhiker, which is a very, very, what do you call, creepy episode. And this one, of course, is the great John Hoyt, who starred in the Twilight Zone pilot with Jeffrey Hunter, a very, very respectable actor, who later was in Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up. So there's a lot of interesting in this episode. Because it's videotape, again, it's very creepy, although the effects are kind of low end. For me, it works, and it's probably the best of the videotape episode behind Night of the Meek. Night of the Meek is a close second. Now, this was episode 44 of Twilight Zone. Aired on December 2nd, 1960 on CBS. And the idea about, like I say, an early winter rain is all over this episode because it's very claustrophobic. Again, one of only 6 episodes of the second season, which was shot on videotape in a short-lived experiment aimed to cut costs. Now, in this one, written by Rod, of course, directed by Jack Smite, it's the residence of Dr. William Lohan, who is in reality a menagerie for machines. We're about to discover that sometimes the product of man's talent and genius can walk amongst us untouched by the normal ravages of time. These are Dr. Lohan's robots, built to be functional as well as having artistic perfection. But in a moment, Dr. William Lohan, wife and daughter, will discover that perfection is relative, that even robots have to be paid for, and very shortly will be shown what exactly is the bill. Now, Jaina, played again by Stevens, the sensitive daughter of her creative genius, Dr. William Lohan, is distraught over her parents' reliance on her father's 5 seemingly perfect servants. After Jaina pushes one of the maids down the stairs, the maid then gets up without injury, being a robot built by the doctor, complete with programmed memories and personalities. There's a lot of connection with the Night Gallery episode starring Gladys Wood. Now, Jaina feels trapped and wishes to go out. Her father believes he is protecting her from the outside world, keeping the windows permanently shut. She implores her father to dismantle the robots before he and her mother become completely dependent on him. Dr. Lohan feels that doing so would destroy his work, which he believes is a form of life. He eventually gives in to save his relationship with his daughter and orders the robots to his basement workshop where to wait to be disassembled. A very interesting way, because the robots, there's a lead robot. He said, what have we done? Can't you, change your mind? He said, go down to the basement. Very, very creepy. Now, again, the machines protest, asking how their service was substandard, but Dr. Lohan again orders them downstairs. Once the robots are gone, Jan is thrilled and begins looking forward to a new life with traveling, socializing, romance, and children. Her parents react strangely to these happy tidings, and this, combined with realizing that the family photo album contains no pictures of her as a child, prompts Janet to arrive at the shocking awareness that she is a robot. Like the servants, all of her memories were created by Dr. Lohan. Now, it's like this. Was she a recent creation of the doctor? Because she was a robot, a lot can be unexplained. Did she eat? Did he go to the bathroom? She would know by not going to the bathroom eating she was a robot. So to become so self-aware so quickly, I think it's what you call a recent construct. Now, Dr. Lohan tries to explain that his wife were childless and wanted someone to love, and that they see her as their daughter. She is convinced, Jen is convinced she was built not to be the beloved daughter, but to merely a prop. She explains, I'm a machine, and repeatedly bangs her arm against a railing while yelling no pain. She becomes conscious of the fact that she cannot even feel love. This discovery causes Janet such anguish that her father recognizes it is not possible for her to go on this way. At some point later, the Lohans are seen relaxing as before, but it is revealed that Dr. Lohan has erased Jada's identity and memory and now utilizes her as a replacement for the maid known as Nelda, who gave Mrs. Lohan daily shoulder massages. Very creepy scene, by the way, because the doctor's wife is, moaning orgasmically with the robot's massagers, which comes to mind. Maybe the wife is bisexual. I don't know. Now, closing narration by Rod. Let this be the postscript. Should you be worn out by the rigors of competing in a very competitive world, if you're distraught from having to share your existence with the noises and neuroses of the 20th century, if you crave serenity but want it full time and want no strings attached, get yourself a workroom in the basement and then drop a note to Dr. and Mrs. William Lalande. They're a childless couple who made comfort of life's work, and maybe there are a few do-it-yourself pamphlets still available in the Twilight Zone. Again, produced by Buckhout. Now, according to Zickery's book about Twilight Zone, the encyclopedia, the lateness of the hour again was one of 6 teasy episodes shot on videotape instead of film in an attempt to cut costs. By November 1960, the Twilight Zone Season 2 had already broadcast 5 episodes and finished filming 16. However, at a cost of about $65,000 per episode, that was pretty big. The show was exceeding its budget. As a result, 6 consecutive episodes, production code 17173-3662 through 173-3667, were videotaped at CBS Television City and eventually transferred to 16mm film, kinescope, for syndicated rebroadcast. Total savings on editing and cinematography amounted to only about $30,000 for all 6 entries, not enough to justify the loss of depth of visual perspective, which made the shows look like stage-bound, like TV dramas such as Playhouse 90, which was also produced at CBS. I tend to disagree. This episode, it really, really works because you got the sound effects, and it comes off as a very strong stage play. Now, daytime soap operas tried the same thing, but this was live. But I think because of the strength of Hoyt and Stevens' acting, like Irene Tedrow is a terrible Mrs. Loren here, but Stevens gives a really good performance. And if you look very closely, she doesn't blink very much in the episode, which is kind of a giveaway for robots. Now, daytime soaps at the time were quickly and cheaply produced live on 1 or 2 sets. The experiment for some was deemed a failure and never attempted again, but for me, again, I think it's pretty strong. Now, the best aspect of the episode, it comes across as like a good House of Mystery or Carlton horror comic, what they call short story, because you know right away there's something going on. Why would they be staying in their house and not go outside? Maybe it's what they call off the grid or whatever. But the robots themselves that are constructed, the act almost is one. It's like I said, it's very, very creepy and it's very well done. I think what Serling did allowed his director to give an indication that this could happen in a modern society where robots will take over or handmaids or stuff like that. But Inger Stevens, again, it's too bad she didn't do more TZs, but she's very strong at this. Very, very unconventional beauty of a woman. Now, Inger Stevens, at the time, ladies and gentlemen, especially the Hitchhiker, she was at the time, she was a Golden Globe winning TV actress or later on. Now, unfortunately, she passed away at the young age of 35, April 30th, 1970. And I think she would have been a great actress into the 70s. She won the Best TV Star in TV Guide for The Farmer's Daughter in 1964. That was pretty big. Now, unfortunately, they said unfortunately she passed away due to unforeseen means. I don't want to get in here, but the idea is, ladies and gentlemen, she was a tremendous intellectual as well. She was once appointed to the advisory board of UCLA Neuropsychiatric Institute, and also helped out with mentally challenged children. Now, the idea about her, ladies and gentlemen, she had some trouble in her life, but I really appreciate her as an actress. Got her big, of course, break in Man on Fire in 1957, but she did a lot of big TV. She did, again, a Studio One, Joseph Cotton, The Millionaire, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Climax, Playhouse 90. She did Bonanza, Zane Grey, Twilight Zone, again, the first 2 seasons, and the all the way through, and did some Broadway as well. Debut Roman Candle. So her nominations: Laurel Awards, 58, top new female personality, and a Guy for the Merry Band Laurel Award nomination, best female comedy performance. Won a Golden Globe for best TV star female for A Farmer's Daughter. Nominated for 2 Emmys. Single performance by an actress leading a role in the Dick Powell Show, and outstanding continued performance by an actress in a series lead, The Farmer's Daughter. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think what really works here, Inger Stevens again is believable in the role. It's like I said, it's still, when I saw it for the first time, it really creeped me out because I thought, I completely forgot they did it on videotape, and this one, it works. But this and Night and the Meek are, like I said, the 2 best. So this is like a 7 out of 10 episode, but the rest are like 3 or 4 out of 10 because, you know, even though the script is great, it's still videotape. I think Sterling said it best, is neither fish nor fowl, and I tend to agree. So that's the story, The Lateness of the Hour, one of the most important episodes of Season 2 of The Twilight Zone. If you like what you're doing here with our Twilight Zone coverage, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.